Well, good morning to you. It's the middle of the week. It's Wednesday. It is Stump Day for us on our podcast. More about that in just a moment. This is your feel-good way to start your day, our Start Your Day Positive podcast. Hello, I am Len.
And I'm Sara. Thank you for sharing a portion of your day with us today. You know, I want to share something today that has been on my heart for a while in a variety of different ways. And it's all about love and how you can win the day with love. So we're going to get to that in a little bit.
That's what our podcast is about. I do want to have a conversation for everyone to think about, though, regarding what to say and not to say to waiters and waitresses at restaurants. I'm on the extreme when it comes to talking with people publicly, and sometimes I can't judge if I just go too far. So I want to see if I'm warming things up and making people feel good, or maybe I need to dial it down a bit. So we'll talk about that.
All right, well, let's start this day with a positive thought. How about this? When life gives you lemons, make orange juice and leave the world wondering how you did it. I love
good
that.
Twist.
You know,
I like that.
If life gives you lemons, doesn't mean you have to make lemonade. You can do something different.
That's the best. That's the best. Well, let's get going here today and share 3 things that your friends and family may be talking about today.
Well, I'm super excited about this. One of the world's most popular online games is heading to television. So NBC has announced a new game show based on the hit game Wordle. And today's show co-host Savannah Guthrie is going to host the show. Now, the show is being produced by Jimmy Fallon, along with NBC and the New York Times, which brought Wordle back in 2022 after the game became really just a worldwide phenomenon. Contestants will compete in a fast-paced word challenges inspired by the daily puzzle. Millions of people already play on their phones every morning. The new Wordle show is expected to premiere next year.
Well, that's an exciting show. I know you and your husband Russ and my wife Judy are big Wordle fans. I remember the day it came out, you and I playing it for the very first time back in 2022. Do you remember that?
I feel like we were one of the first people to share it, because I remember everyone listening on the radio and they were like, wait, what are you saying? Wordle? And then it kind of just blew up. And I will say, I love the game. But every so often I get out of the habit of playing, and I haven't played it in a while. But now I need to get back on it, because I love watching game shows. This will be a good one. And it reminds me, I just saw there's a new game show coming out on Netflix, and it comes out, it might even be today or sometime this week. Pop Culture Jeopardy.
That's a
Jeopardy. See, I can maybe play Wordle. I can play Pop Culture Jeopardy. Like, give me some questions about what was on an episode of Friends. I'm there.
I think that's going to be really popular. It's Jeopardy for the common person, right?
I would think so. So I'm excited. So, not to digress on Pop Culture Jeopardy, but I like game shows that I can really play along with. I think this will be great. And it's,
Me too.
I love that Savannah Guthrie's hosting it. And she did say, it does feel a little weird with all that she's gone through.
Yes.
Stepping out and doing something like this. But she said, you know what? It brings joy. And
that was the word I was going to use.
Yeah,
you have to go on with joy. You have
to go on with joy. And she said it brings me joy. It's going to bring others joy. And that's what the world needs. So I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I like the fact, just side note, that it's being produced by Jimmy Fallon, because he's so creative and he knows what entertains people. He knows what entertains people. So this sounds like a winner. He makes orange juice out of lemons.
Yeah.
He really does.
He does.
Well, if you've ever found yourself sitting on the floor while watching TV, it might actually be good for you. A new wellness article says floor sitting can help improve flexibility, posture, mobility, and core strength, because your body naturally shifts and moves more than it does when you're confined to a chair. Experts say changing positions on the floor may help keep hips and joints more mobile as we age. The story also points to research showing that being able to sit down on the floor and stand back up easily is linked to better overall strength and longevity. And the good news is just a few minutes of watching something on TV sitting on the floor can help.
I'm going to try this. This is good. I always think about that. I've always wondered, is sitting on the floor good for you? Because when we play family games and have game night, there's no room on the tables. We don't have a big enough table when my whole entire family. So we end up sitting on the floor, and everybody kind of sits around. And I've always kind of wondered, because my husband doesn't love it, so he'll get like this pad and sit down on it.
Yeah.
And I was like, is this good for you? Well, now it sounds like it is.
It does. No, actually, I like sitting on the floor. When I go outside, I like just sitting on the ground. I always have. And then I found out this whole grounding thing is
I was going to say, there's a whole conversation there with grounding and the benefits of walking outside without your shoes on in the grass.
Yeah. I love that.
Make sure you don't sit on, anything you don't want to, but
that's right.
But it's supposed to be really good for you. Well, a new study suggests that enjoying the arts may be good for more than just your soul. It may be good for your cells. So researchers found that adults who regularly attend concerts, visit museums, painted, or took part in other cultural activities showed signs of slower biological aging and certain blood-based DNA measures. So what surprised researchers most was that the benefits were comparable in size to what they observed with regular physical activity and exercise. So in one health-related aging measure, weekly arts participants appeared biologically about a year younger than people who rarely engaged in those activities, even slightly greater than the differences seen with weekly exercise. Isn't that fascinating? So researchers believe that a combination of mental, emotional, social, and sensory stimulation from the arts and culture may slow the body's pace of aging. I love this.
Is fascinating. I know this sounds kind of strange, but I've always seen at museums or when I go to see the arts or something like that, it seems like there's a good number of senior citizens that just look trim and they move around well and they look happy. And so this must be the secret.
This is good news to me and you too. We both love museums. We both love the arts. Like, this is my jam. I feel like you always love a health study article that is a bias to your
If it said while drinking a cup of coffee, then it would be the ultimate study.
It does say that in there somewhere, right? It says go to the coffee shop and then go to the arts.
You know what? I'm just making this up, but you know what I think it might be?
No.
And I think this is good for everybody to think about, because sometimes you've also heard that doing puzzles and stuff like that is good for you.
Yeah.
I think anytime just your mind and your body and your soul can be interested in more than just the day-to-day grind. When you get so fixated about, what I have to do and how am I going to get this done and how am I going to pay for this and all of that sort of thing, it kind of drains you and brings you down. But when you are refreshed by thinking about something more than just what's going on in your life, I think it really helps.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got a question for you. We've had a chance with all of our traveler trips and just travel in general to see a lot of museums and a lot of places like this. I will pick my favorite. You pick your favorite. What is your favorite museum that you've ever visited? And just pick one off the top of your head. Which do you think?
Oh, I'm going to say, and I don't want anyone to be offended at the others because we've seen some great stuff.
Yeah, not that one
I felt so special taking a visit to the Met in New York City. The Metropolitan Museum of Art.
So good.
Yeah, that's I'm going to pick that. The Noah's Ark was cool. Country Music Hall of Fame. Yeah, I'm going with the Met. What about you?
Okay, so the Met is right up there. And these are all super close to each other. And the Cleveland Art Museum is fantastic.
It is. And free.
And free. So I have to say the Museum of the Bible was pretty amazing, too.
Oh, yes.
That had so many floors, and it was so good. I don't even think we got through it all that day.
No.
So that was
in
really
Washington,
good.
D.C. It's the newest, most spectacular museum in Washington. You know what I thought you were going to say?
No.
Because it was really good.
The Dolly Museum, the Dolly Parton Museum?
Yes, Dolly Parton Museum at Pittsburgh, because it was really good and you really liked it. You took more pictures at the Dolly Museum than you did at the Bible Museum. I will tell you that.
Now, that is probably true. I do love me some Dolly.
Just a smile will lighten everything. Start your day with a smile. Positive with Lynn and Sara.
Well, this month, a lot of people call May Summer because there's so much going on in May. I call it Party Month because I feel like there's so many parties you're getting ready for. It's Mother's Day. It's graduation time. You're having showers, wedding starts. It's the start of party season. And that also means that a lot of people, because of those things that you're having over at your house, you get the backyard ready. And Northeast Factory Direct, our sponsor here for the podcast, they have everything you need to get your outdoors ready if you have a graduation party coming up. You know, some type of get-together outside. Or even if you're just grilling burgers and stuff for your family and want somewhere nice to sit down now, they have everything for you there. I love it. That's where I got my set at Northeast Factory Direct.
Yep, and it's definitely not too late for that hot tub before your party, too. Now, that would be a shocker.
They have so many hot tubs
I know they
there.
do right now. I know.
Oh, they're amazing. I would love a hot tub.
Yeah, my family too. We might do that here. They have a major event going on with hot tubs if that's what you're looking for. So there's locations through the area. There's Cleveland, Euclid, Macedonia, North Canton. You know, when you stop by, just say, you know what, we heard about you on the podcast with Len and Sara, because that means a lot to us, and they love hearing that too. They love hearing that too. NortheastFactoryDirect.com.
So fast, it happened today, let's remember.
Well, today is May 13th, and friends, we're taking you back in time.
Well, I saw this in a movie. I think it was a Disney movie. I'm kidding. Of course, everyone has. On this day in 1607, the first English colony was founded by settlers in Jamestown. Captain John Smith was among the settlers. He was later captured by Native Americans, and his life was only spared because of the intervention of Pocahontas.
Just around the river bend. That was a good movie. Lots of good songs in that movie. And I like how, I wouldn't have known that story necessarily, or remembered that. These movies help us remember those things.
That one I'm waiting for a live action. I like some of their live actions. Right. I think that one would be really good. There's been rumors people have actually made fake trailers for it.
Oh, really?
AI. But yeah, you could go on, because I thought there was a real one, but someone made a trailer with AI. It was like, wow, this looks cool, but they're not.
That's crazy. Wow. Yeah. Well, in 1961, the Beatles performed for the first time at the Cavern Club in Liverpool. It's where they got their start. John was 20, Paul and George were 18. Ringo wasn't even part of the band yet, and they, of course, went on to become the biggest act in popular music history.
I just think that's the neatest thing, especially the ages. Like, you think of, the age of, your daughter, she is younger than that, but not by much. And to think that you can make a decision and you don't know, it could be... You could be making history and you don't even know it,
Yeah, crazy.
1985 was the year We Are the World by USA for Africa hit number one in the U.S., becoming one of the biggest charity songs ever recorded. It was Michael Jackson and Lionel Richie who wrote the song together. More than 40 major artists appeared on the recording. There was a sign posted at the studio entrance that famously read, "Check your ego at the door." And the song raised more than $80 million for famine relief in Africa.
Oh, wow. I so remember this song vividly. But there's a documentary on YouTube, on Netflix right now about the recording of the song.
Yeah, and famously, Prince, the music artist Prince, he was invited to be a part of it, and he just didn't want to do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And today is National Top Gun Day. The original Top Gun was released on this day in 1986. To celebrate, it's recommended to watch the movies, play beach volleyball. I'll wear my aviator glasses and listen to the song Danger Zone at high volume. I even have a Top Gun t-shirt. I should put that on.
You should. That's a fun day, actually. Yeah. I think I told you I watched the original Top Gun, and I didn't really. For me, it didn't age that well. I watched it in preparation for Maverick, and I love Maverick. That's one of my favorite movies ever.
Maverick is so good. I know. My husband remembers you saying this, and he was shocked that you didn't like the original Top Gun when you watched it back. I mean, it's such a classic.
It is. It just didn't age that well for me, but I loved Maverick, one of my favorites. And they are making a new one, right? I think you talked about that.
Yeah, Top Gun 3, Tom Cruise still going to be in it. I don't know much more, but boy, that Maverick was so good.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yay! It's Stump Day. Every Wednesday, it's Stump Day.
On Wednesday, we play Stump Day. It's an opportunity for you to win 24 cake pops, Daisy cake pops from Daisy Pops. There's no place quite like it. And I was just talking to Amy, who's the owner, and it's a local company, but they actually ship Daisy Pops all over the country. And she said, maybe we could do something sometime with your listeners, like a prize, some Daisy Pops and a tour of our factory where we make our Daisy Pops.
I mean, she has done so much in her shop. It's amazing. The setup and everything.
Yes.
She's so amazing.
If you ever want to be an entrepreneur and have an idea and start from scratch, just pop your head in the door and see what Amy has done. She's gone from school teacher to this person that's shipping pops all over the country. And right now, you can win 24. It's great for I think a business, if you're having an event and you give away the pops, they stand out. They're different. If you're having a grad party, wedding reception, planning it into that, they're really good for that sort of thing.
Absolutely. All right. Well, this week's question, Stump Day, this used to last up to 90 seconds. Now it lasts less than 20 seconds. What is it? This used to last up to 90 seconds. Now it lasts less than 20 seconds. What is it?
And I suppose that could be a good thing. That doesn't mean that's a bad thing necessarily.
Depends on how you look at it.
Right. Is it like if it were some sort of dental procedure or something like that? If you cut the time down from 90 seconds to 20, that would be right?
That's true.
So
we won't give it away.
No. Use your imagination. Guess what it might be and go to our website, startyourdaypositive.com. That's our website, startyourdaypositive.com. There's a thing you click right there and you can answer. And everybody that gets it right, we have a drawing every week and you can win the 24 Daisy Pops sent right to your home.
It's great to listen to it in the morning before going to work and just get positive sayings and encouragement stories, knowing that your day will get better.
Don't worry, be happy. We want to live every day without worry. That's the goal. It can be hard, though, when you can't really afford health care and it's just eating up so much of your household income. Let's dial down that worry. Our podcast sponsor, Liberty Health Share, offers an alternative to health insurance. It's healthcare sharing among people of faith, administered by Liberty, and it is working. Healthcare and now both vision and dental plans are available. Go to libertyhealthshare.org to learn more. I was having lunch over the weekend with my wife, Judy, and my daughter, April. We were sitting at a restaurant, and I did something that I feel comfortable doing, but I don't know if everyone does. I always look for reaction with my family because I'm an extrovert.
You're
in
an
restaurants.
extrovert.
I think that's fair to say. And so we were getting ready to give our order, and our waitress came up to us, and she spoke to us, and immediately I just detected a wonderful dialect, just a beautiful accent. And so, she asked her question, whatever she's supposed to ask, and I say, hey, let me ask you a question. I think you have a wonderful accent. Where are you from? And she said, Venezuela. And so I said, that's wonderful. We're so glad that you're here today. It's nice to meet you. And then we went on with our conversation. But I don't think everyone would feel comfortable asking that question, right? Where are you from? And so I thought, there's a lot of things I do in this restaurant setting here that because I do it because I want to greet someone warmly. I want to build a connection, and I want to acknowledge something that's unique about them. That's why I do it. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to ask ChatGTP if that is appropriate. And ChatGTP built my confidence, Sara, and said, asking someone that question in the right way, warmly, And not like, why are you here from another country, but rather you have a beautiful accent is appropriate. As a matter of fact, lots of times people like to have someone notice or acknowledge that about them.
Well, ChatGPT will always build your confidence. Pretty much everything you ask ChatGPT, it will tell you, you're awesome. Great idea.
Yeah, right. So I bring it up because I say that as much as possible, it's nice to build rapport and connection with people. So if you are the person holding back on that, but in your mind you'd like to do it, I'm not saying it's for everyone. I'm saying go ahead and ask in the most friendly way, and it's a good thing. Another thing I do, and I could tell when my kids were teenagers, they question this. If someone has a name tag, I use their name.
Yeah, you've always done that.
In a restaurant, like if Sara is my waitress, I will say, hey, Sara, it's nice to meet you today, as an example. And my kids would look at me like, I can't believe you used her name. And I said, it's on a name tag on her shirt. Why is it there if I'm not supposed to use her name? And so, once again, I asked ChatGPT, and it said it's good to do that as long as you don't use it in a demeaning or demanding way. Like if I said to you, Sara, would you get me a refill?
Oh, or if you yelled it across the room. Hey, Sara, come here.
Sarah.
That would be rude.
You wouldn't say, hey, Sara, this chicken's a little cold.
But if it's, wait a minute, if it's your waitress, you're saying.
Right. But in that case, you don't use their name because you don't want to identify your concern or your negativity with them.
Okay. So you only use their name when it's something pleasant, like this chicken is fabulous, Sara.
It's that, or you say, Sara, I mean, this place is so busy, and you've done an amazing job.
Right. So something good.
See,
yeah. Something, because they didn't make the chicken, is what you're saying. So don't associate.
Right. So don't put their name in there or say directly.
But they did get
Sara,
they did get
how about
refill,
a refill?
though.
It is their job to get the refill, but in this case, it means that maybe you were expecting it more quickly. So again, it pins a negative on them.
Okay, sorry. I was just trying to get the rules down.
So I think my whole point is this.
Be nice. Just be nice to people too, right?
Be nice. And if you do something a little different, as long as you do it in the right spirit, I mean, go for it. But a cautionary note, an asterisk to all the guys listening, not the ladies listening, just the guys. Sometimes too many dad jokes is too many dad jokes.
I would agree with that. I would have to agree with that.
So
feel the room.
So know your limit, know your timing.
That's what I always say, right?
Feel the room. Yes. Right. Feel the room, and just don't say this. If someone asks how you're doing, just don't say, if I were any better, I'd be twins. Just don't say that.
Come up with something better.
Fill up with the good stuff, 'cause with good stuff, there's never enough. So you can be aware and care and share and make your world a better place. Positive with Len and Sara.
So I wanted to share something that I've been picking up on lately. Actually, the past couple of years, this has been on my heart. And it's the whole idea of leading with love. Everyday conversations, your life, all of that stuff. Because I feel like people get really passionate about topics, right? Whatever that topic is. It could be about health. It could be about religion, it can be about politics, whatever. We all have certain things we get really, really passionate about sometimes. And sometimes when we do that, it can, if you're too one way, it could cloud you a little bit so you don't kind of hear how other people are interpreting it. So here's what I mean. I feel like sometimes, I'll use health as an example, right? I feel like sometimes when people are really, really passionate about health, they can tell you, well, that's toxic. Everything's toxic. And everything becomes, oh, if you eat that, it's going to be bad. And all of that. When sometimes that approach can come off a little bit overwhelming to other people, right? And you don't even realize it. There's different ways to come across things, that are more leading with love. Like sometimes there's healthier choices, better habits, better way to do things. And every conversation can start with love more than the conversation starting with fear, shame, or extremes. Does that make sense?
Well, it makes a lot of sense to me. I think the first thing you have to realize when you enter that sort of conversation is you can't make the assumption that the other person you're talking to is where you are right now.
Thank you. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say.
That is the key. I mean, you may have just made a discovery. There's something that you've cut out of your diet, if you use the health thing as an example, or you may have found something out about politics, but the person you're talking to, they may have a mild interest in politics, but they're not ready to jump in full go. And so you have to think in your mind, well, maybe I want to communicate something to them. I think it's important, but I have to assess, are they where I am right now? And if they're not, it's so important, like you say, to be gentle and to lead with love.
Yes. Have you ever just shared a simple joy with someone? Maybe it's your favorite coffee creamer or a family tradition, and someone immediately jumps in with, ooh, I would never drink it. That's toxic. Those ingredients are terrible. You should never eat that. That's terrible for you. To someone else, that just might be a lot. And there's a difference between helping people and making people feel bad. So I just think you can inspire people toward better without making them feel judged for where they are right now. So I like what you said, Len, is we don't know where other people are right now. And it shows up in a lot of different places and a lot of different things. So I just wanted to leave the thought with you. Sometimes love sounds less like you're doing everything wrong and more like, hey, here's something that helped me. Here's something that I've been doing. I don't know if this will help. That just lands differently. And I think that more people grow from encouragement than shame. Mm-hmm. And if we really want to help people, maybe we should start there.
Yeah. Side note, that's critically important when it comes to sharing things about your faith. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right? I mean, you really need to earn the opportunity to talk about that with somebody else. And so you got to ease yourself into it. You got to
lead with love.
Lead with love. That's good. That's a good reminder.
Hey, so if you've ever had questions about window replacement return on investment, let me help you answer those. So our podcast sponsor is Universal Windows Direct, and they are great. And, sometimes people have wondered, are new windows really worth it? Well, the short answer is yes, but not just for resale. You're going to save so much money on your energy bills as well. And of course, you're going to make your home feel more comfortable. But get this. Most homeowners recoup around 60 to 70% when they sell, and sometimes even more depending on the project. I thought that was pretty amazing. And, the part people don't realize is old windows can waste a lot of energy. So upgrading can really help you save on those bills as well. And we all like to save money, right?
Yeah, window replacement, it's just a must in pecking order of what I should do for my home. If you have old ones, it beautifies your home on the outside. On the inside, your house is cozy and it looks great. And like Sara said, all the benefits, even for resale. Right now, a special for you. You can buy 2 windows and get 2 free. There's no limit on this. So fill up the house with windows. 24 months financing with 0% interest. A $500 bonus is available for your home improvement project too. So all the right reasons. With over 21 years of experience and a true lifetime warranty, set up that appointment. It's universalwindowsdirect.com, and you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Well, I hope you go off and have an awesome day today. Just a reminder, the Stump Day question, this used to last up to 90 seconds. Now it lasts less than 20 seconds. What is it? Go to our website, startyourdaypositive.com. Give your answer. You could win 2 dozen Daisy Cake Pops. And we'll see you right back here tomorrow to start your day.
Well, we had a good conversation today about me having a tendency to talk to everybody in public, to try to just make them feel warm and accepted and to build a little kindness and friendliness in our world. And sometimes I go too far and it backfires. But let's make that a prayer and a goal today, that we will show kindness, that we will show hospitality, that we will notice those that might need a word of encouragement or a smile, and that we'll be difference makers because we notice other people and we care enough to make a difference to them. That's our prayer. In Jesus' name, amen.